Okay, welcome back to another tutorial. My name is Jakabit. This is music production guide. Are you finding it difficult to mix that particular beat that you are doing? Then this video is going to help you to mix. Make sure you watch to the end of the video so you know how you can do your EQ, your compressor, and make your beat sit right in the mix. Sometimes you guys might be complaining, why is it that my beat are not mixed well? Why is it that the kick is not pumping out? Why is it that the snare is not coming out? Why is it that the bass, I'm not hearing the bass? A lot of complaint will be coming from left and right. And if you try to tackle it, and if you try to fix it, you discover that the voice are not being heard. So I'll be training you guys today on how you can mix your beat from the start to the finish. So I'll be using this iLive beat to illustrate this training. Actually, this is an iLive beat I create for a singer, but I don't have the copyright to play the actual song, but I'll be using the beat to illustrate how I was able to mix this iLive beat. So let's just play for us to hear how the beat sounds. Then I will go from the start to the finish how I was able to mix this beat. So listen. You see, this is an hip iLive. Why I call it hip iLive is because it's not actually a pure iLive. Actually, in my own understanding, probably in your own understanding, maybe you might title it a pure iLive, but I know I haven't added a live guitar. I haven't added a live trumpet, which I just needed it to be so simple and straight so that I won't have much sound input on it. So the singer wanted it to be as simple as possible. So without wasting our time, I think we gotta dive into the tutorial for today. But before I go straight into the tutorial, I want to appreciate all our returning subscribers, because you guys made it possible for me to post videos like this. Because your encouragement, your comment, I really appreciate you guys. I love you so much. For those that are seeing this video for the first time, I encourage you to subscribe, because we have a lot in this channel to give out, and we will be posting amazing stuff every Mondays and every Fridays. I know you won't want to miss out this great opportunity to learn new stuff every day. So make sure that you subscribe, click the notification bell right beside the subscription button, and like and comment and share so that people that needed to understand to learn music will learn music. So iLive have that particular samples that if actually you're doing a live and you don't consider adding those samples, then you are not actually doing an live. I have some element or component which I use to compose this iLive beat, which are my conga, my snare, my tom, my pot, my shaker, my clap, and all of that. So I'm going to first of all play the first sample that I used, which is conga. So I want you guys to listen and see how it sounds. Then I dive into how I was able to maneuver those conga on the mix. So in case you don't know, I do a rewire FL into the Cubase for people that actually don't know how to rewire FL or any other plugins. So you should check down the video below so that you will learn how you can rewire your FL into your Cubase. So let's play and hear how the conga sounds. So you see, this is the conga. So any instrument you are adding, you should first of all ask yourself a question: does this instrument support more of low ends, mid, and the high frequency? So looking at the FL, where I was able to let me play it, then I go straight into the FL. So this is the sample I use. So let me just pause it for you guys to hear. So the first thing I did actually in this sample was to make sure that I do tight up the high ends of these samples, because it was originally like this, and you'll be seeing these will I call it a sustain, but I didn't actually need it. I don't actually want the conga to sound that sustaining, to have that sustaining effect. So what I have to do is actually to cut a bit of it. You see, while I'm increasing, it is reducing all those low end. So I made it in such a way that I cut it off. Let's see how it sounds. I did call it snare wherever. Why I did that is because it's not just a pure snare. You see, most of all these highlights you hear always have this kind of wood sound, you know, that was originated from the olden days. Maybe they'll be using stick to hit the sound. That was where I think they originated this. So this is the sound. You see, so what I did was to make sure I tied it up to the end. This is actually how the sample is. So when I tied it up to the end, it makes it more relaxed and the beat, and I give it an EQ. I make sure I cut off the EQ and give it a compressor, reduce the threshold and increase the ratio, and give it a reverb. That's just all I did for this particular one. So I'll play both of them. You see how it sounds and why I go to the next. You see, both of them is not crashing, or they are not trying to compete with frequency. So the next I added is a tom. So what I actually did on this tom was to do the same method I did in other samples. Tied off, fix my EQ, reduce some frequencies that remove some frequencies that I don't want, and give it a presence at the 5000X. That is what I just used on this. Then the next was my pot, you know, this native instrument that do sound like a bass drum, but like you know, I maybe probably if I say 808, you understand the kind of sound I mean. So I'll play it. I added that in this beat, so let's not see how it sounds. Let me just play only that so you understand. So let me play with that. So this is giving me that bass kick kind of I needed, to use. So the next thing I added was my shaker. So let's play for you guys to hear how it sounds. If you listen closely on this shaker, you understand there's some little delay on that shaker. It was not actually how the sample sound, but I did something on it, which I will show you what I did on that shaker that made it sound that way. I added some delay that give us that tune. So let me just remove the delay and play for you guys to hear the original sound of the shaker. Now let me just add the delay for you guys to hear how it sounds. It's engaged these percussions more well. It doesn't give it room for emptiness. One good thing, or rather one good tips you got to understand when creating your beat is that don't give room for empty. Like, don't give room for your samples to be empty. Make sure you feel it. Either you use your time basic effect to feel it, like your reverb, your delay, use it very well. So that's how I was able to maneuver on this, then just add my reverb. Actually, I like the settings. I didn't actually add any EQ on this my shaker. So the next thing I added was my clap. So let's play and see, or let's play and hear how it sounds. You see how it sounds? I made it to be like a natural human clap. Okay, so this is the sound. The original sample was like this. You see the other end, the high end, were giving me that sustain and natural, and which I never wanted it to be. So I make sure that I remove it for it to clip once I hit the clap. So let's see. So I like how it sounds. I didn't actually add any EQ or compressor on this because I just wanted it to be so natural. I don't want to compete it. I don't actually want it to add. I just want it to be so natural. So all I did was to add my reverb. In case you want me to train you guys how I was able to calculate reverb time, delay time, and you're interested in that tutorial, please write down on the comment section and tell me that you are interested for me to put up a video on how to calculate reverb time and delay time. Let's continue from where we stopped. So after I just added these, just about 5 or 6 samples, the next thing I did actually was to add my keyboard. sometimes so most of the iLife tune do have this chord that comes more steady, just as it sounds, so I use jazz guitar at this junction. Then I use hyper canvas to play this ocarina. There is this tune that a lot of people, once they hear it, they know, oh, okay, either you are doing a gospel or you're doing a high life. So let me just play just the tune for you guys to hear and understand what I'm trying to say. Then I'll play with the sound, and I'll play with this tune and all the general sound. So listen. So you see, this is ocarina. I got it from hyper canvas. This is where I got it. It's a very nice plugin, mainly used to create such tune. So the next thing I added was I used Omisphere, just like a nylon guitar to give me that that tweeter feel, The next thing I added again was my strings. I used Purity Send strings. So let's play and hear how it sounds. Why I added these strings is because this is kind of a low tempo, okay, rather I just call it a low tempo kind of beat. So I needed it to have that emotion, that to drive that emotion, let emotion come out, let the singer or someone listening actually feel the reason to be emotionally attached, because what the artist was singing was something touching. The message is just a reality song that he was saying something so touching. So if actually you never want to reason the song, or maybe to understand what he was saying, just the strings is going to make you get emotional. So after that I added another guitar. I use Omisphere or Minisphere on this. So let's listen and see how it sounds. This is Omisphere. Let me play from beginning then. See, this is Omisphere. Then the other stuff I added was the brass section. So this is how it So after I added the brass, the next instrument that comes to my mind at that point in time was my bass. So let's just play and hear how the bass sound, just the bass without any other instrument. So listen and see how it sounds. Okay, this is just for the bass. So let's just play the bass together with the old sound. So listen. So that's just for the bass. The other instrument that comes to my mind is still guitar. Just why I did this, or rather why I added this sound, was just to spice up the old melody, because at times you gotta do some spice up. So listen. This is Omisphere. So I so much love Omisphere. So in case you're making a beat, try to get Omisphere. I already dropped a video on the plugins you might be using in 2022. So make sure you watch the video and get to know those plugins. So at this junction, I think I'll be stopping this part 1 on how you can mix your beat. Then I'll come back again on the part 2. At that part 2, I'll make sure I train you guys on different method, different ways I was able to do some sidechain, do some balance, pan, EQs, and export, wave, and all of that. And by that time I come back on the part 2, you'll discover that this beat that was kind of empty to your ear will be so loud and very enhanced, and it will spread out, and you'll be like, was it actually the beat that you played the other time? So in case you are new in this channel, I know by now you might have subscribed, but in case if you haven't subscribed, please consider using the subscription button and like, comment, and share. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you miss our future upload, because we do post amazing stuffs every Mondays and every Friday. I still remain your favorable producer, Jakabit Jackson. Peace.